Hi, this is Mariana Leon. This is the first video of my channel to kind of comment and review some information about Bitcoin and blockchain related businesses and really find out like where is the money, like what is it? So here I got an article that I think is really, really interesting. And it says, it asks the questions, is Bitcoin a cult? Okay, so this is something that many people wonder at, and I just want to say a few things. So sometimes people who are really important, like really influential, say things that are not really accurate, to say the least. Okay, so let's start here. Is Bitcoin a cult? So PayPal is a financial services company, right? They do digital payments, electronic payments, however you want to call it. And so clearly this company, whatever they say, they are not interested in cryptocurrencies taking over a business that they own, just like banks. So let's just review this very quickly to kind of comment on some important parts of it, some elements that you should always look for if you really want to find out what's going on. So here, this article tells us about a former PayPal CEO appearance on CNBC. So here we get this really heated debate, right, where Bill Harris calls the crypto a cult, okay, and says it's headed straight to zero. This was August 14th, 2018. And so, this is really shocking. I mean, when you see something like this, if you're new to Bitcoin, you'd be like, oh well, look at this guy is an important person in the business. I mean, I bet he's right. But this is a total madness to say this. I mean, headed straight to zero and calling it a cult is like very strange wording. So let's just take a look at this statement and then see some information that is useful to kind of, have some evidence at least of what's happening in the market. So I'm going to open a new tab here to show you this webpage, market cap. Okay, this webpage, what it does is that it gathers information about all the markets that are trading cryptocurrencies and shows you, like at the market capital per se. Of course, this is not like 100% accurate. It could be, more. It could be slightly less. Why? Because they don't have all the exchanges in the world to consult simultaneously. And that's the big thing about Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of the crypto. It is not centralized. Markets are not centralized. So it's not like NASDAQ that you can just check the price of, whatever asset and it will be like one worldwide. Okay. It's not like that. So let me explain this further. You see here that the market cap is $112 billion actively trading in the market. I don't think this is going straight to zero. I mean, really not. And the others, here you got, EOS in China and, whatever, it's got $4 billion. And look at all these coins that have had capitalization from people who are using them. This is the big part of it. I mean, like, look at this one. Today, September has been a pretty intense month for Ethereum. So a lot of miners turn to Ethereum Classic because they want to keep mining. And I'll talk about that in a different video. But look at this little coin here that is worth $11, and it's got $1 billion in capitalization. I mean, that's really interesting. I mean, something is happening. Somebody's using this technology. It can't just all be a cult. I mean, can you imagine This would be like the, the biggest religion on earth. I mean, like people collectively, joining this little cult. It's a lie. So people say crazy stuff. So here you can check the market capitalization, and then they have this little tab uh, that shows you different exchanges. So look at this. An exchange is like a bank, okay? It's like saying Bank of America, TD Bank, Wells Fargo, okay? Each exchange is like a little bank, a little marketplace where cryptocurrencies are purchased and sold. So as you see, you get a lot of markets. I mean, there are lots of markets, and they are moving capital. I mean, it's not an idea, and it's not a little cult, because these are companies, okay? These are companies. All of these companies are working with cryptocurrencies, and people, normal people, just like you and just like me, are there buying and selling crypto. So look at all these markets. I don't think this is a cult, okay? There is no ideology. There is nothing but an idea of decentralization and distributed network technologies. So let me just go to that, because it seems like complicated, but it's really not that hard. So let me get an image that would show some, difference about this. So let's just hit like, you can do this as well. That's why I'm doing this live. Let's just go decentralized and distributed networks. Okay, so when you hit that and you go to images, you get this. Why? Because everybody's talking about it. So that's why I'm showing you this. So if you wanted to see the difference, like a very, very simple explanation, very simple general definition, you could just think of this. So centralized means that everything goes to one point, which is the center. That's why it's centralized. So if somebody breaches security in one of these little dots here, let's say that these are portals or nodes, like Visa or MasterCard, they'll get all the information all the way to the center. Well, this happens with all the networks. Like huge companies have centralized networks. It doesn't mean that they are, insecure, but certainly they are vulnerable. The amazing part of this is that a distributed network has a completely different security system behind it. And that's when mining comes in. So to break or to alter the information of one of these little spaces, you would have to hack each single node of the network. Okay, it's like a completely different way to secure the network. And basically that's called an elliptic curve algorithm. And that is something that nobody has ever hacked that algorithm. Like Bitcoin has never been hacked. People have hacked exchanges like these ones we're looking at here. Like Bitfinex once was hacked, and they had a pretty good reaction. They created a token to pay back clients and all of that, but it was like stealing from a bank. It doesn't mean that somebody hacked into the network, into the Bitcoin network per se. That's crazy. Okay, so no one has ever hacked Bitcoin, and that's something that you should really think about, because when you see somebody saying that Bitcoin is a cult and just going on TV, I mean, you have to appreciate how important it is that someone would, bother to kind of, show up and say on TV, this is a cult and it's going straight to zero. I mean, it's completely unbelievable, man. So I just wanted to tell you guys and everybody who's interested in this area and in Bitcoin in general that this is just not true, okay? And this is my opinion. Other people have different opinions, but I think you really should consider the fact that nobody ever has hacked into the Bitcoin network. People have occasionally managed to steal from an exchange, but nobody has ever hacked the network. So that's something that is really important. And just, having this little fact at hand, you can see that this type of statements are just very inaccurate. I mean, how can you say this? Okay, so this is the purpose of this channel. We're going to be discussing different opinions and, different details and elements of businesses related to Bitcoin or other altcoins. And if you have any questions, just feel free to post them on the channel or go to the blog, and we'll be in touch. So until the next video, thank you for watching. Bye.